kind of like the mind control of the weather. And then you got people that are like dumb to it in a way. It's like the only way that you're gonna get people to like pay attention is like, hey, do you notice like those aren't clouds that we used to like grow up with or anything like that. Like
Right.
cumulus nimbus and the stratus and all this other nonsense type clouds. Um, or they're like, oh, those are just rain clouds. It's like, well, they become rain clouds later,
Yeah.
So okay, so you have like all the different types of clouds that kind of happen that we grew up with, right? That we
Yeah.
learned about in school and all that stuff. Well, come to find out that they're slowly going back into old Disney movies, having a little bit of chemtrails in the sky, where there's been empty sky in the movies.
Oh,
So
really?
that, yeah, that way when you go back, you go to watch these movies as a kid, or with your kids or grandkids or whoever you're watching these movies with, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I don't. Those have always been there. They're like, oh yeah, those are just clouds. Those are just a different type of rain cloud. Those are the ones that seed before the actual rain comes. So I thought that was very interesting and very strange. And then that's some of the things too. You'll start to see those, and you're like, hey, those aren't normal rain clouds. Those are chemtrails. And I would tell people this, not everybody, certain people, because certain people would be like, oh, that's stupid. They've always been there our whole lives. And I'm like, you're freaking old. Shut up.
Whispers in the shadows, stories left untold, conspiracies unravel, the brave lead the bold. Aliens on the radar, Bigfoot in the night, Atlantis deep beneath us, truth or just a lie. Speaking code, speak soft and slow, secret tales the world won't know, legends, myths unravel fast, truth or fiction shadows cast, questions erased from mystery, doubt or faith was right to see, birds are gone who just pretend, debate won't ever end. Guess with tales and secrets, opinions start to flow. Dive into the unknown, is it real or a show? Speaking code, speak soft and slow, secret tales the world won't know, legends, myths unravel fast, truth or fiction shadows cast.
You guys are listening to the Speak in Code podcast. I am Conspiracy of a Deadman. I'm chilling to the left of me, or are you my right? Chente.
Yo, Chente. The homie.
Oh,
What's up, man?
there's so many things that I forgot to do. I'm like, oh, I need to get with TBD. I need to get like a soundbite of him doing stuff. Maybe I could add his burps and farts and stuff. And like,
Oh, geez. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And
So what's up?
the longest thing that took me was the surge protector. I ain't even talking about swank. I'm talking
Man,
about
talking about swag.
talking
That's good.
about surge protector.
It's funny.
So
Talk me through the new setup, the new digs.
yeah. So this is my new house. Just moved in. That's probably why we haven't recorded. I didn't have a place to record. I didn't have a setup. I was trying to like slowly move stuff in instead of like rushing out of one place, moving to the next. I was like, let me take my time. So
Take your time, do it right.
yep. Put everything where I clean first, and then like put stuff where it needs to be. That way, I'm not just putting everything in my living room and trying to find out where things are. And then,
You still be putting shit away.
yeah, I still did. Look at all this stuff, man. It's like, oh, I have a mess back here. It's almost like I'm a paranoid American fanboy or something. I don't know. I got the American Gladiators
Quid.
paranoid American shirt. Fits just right with the tag.
Fits just right, bro.
I'm like, oh.
No. Well, congrats on the house, dude.
Thanks, man. I would have had you over sooner, but I was like, I can't host.
No.
I couldn't host a party before I was like actually in here. So
Right.
I'm like,
No, man, you good. Don't worry about it.
I didn't want to be in anybody's way or vice versa. I was like, I'll just my dogs. I left them over at my parents' place for like a week. I'm like, I just got to get everything taken care of for a little bit. So
Yeah.
But we'll have this area recording, and then I got an office we could record it. So like if it's me and TVD, we could do something like this, or if it's just me, I'll probably set the office up where I'm just in there by myself, and then if you guys come in, hopefully I'll have a bar set up in the basement, or like
Okay.
the living room. The sectional's a little nice, so it's like it's a little comfy. Not as comfy as yours, or as big as your guys. But
Mine's all right. Yeah.
close second.
Yeah. All right, dude.
Yeah, man. So usually we do a "What's in Your Cup" segment, but we got "What's in Your Cup" right behind us. You can get the
Yeah.
with the
The
Ninja
Speaking
Turtles.
Code merch. Yep.
Get the Ninja Turtles font with the TBD mask, the teddy bear dynamite mask. So it's a bear
Yeah.
with the Ninja Turtle style mask. And then we got some other ones too. We got a Street Fighter one, but I don't have that up here right now. I got mostly Paranoid American. Just wanted to throw that out there because he got the new NASA comics, Never a Straight Answer, with
Yeah.
the Stanley Kubrick, and then get the Stanley Kubrick. Oh, you can't see that one. It's the fake moon landing figure, and then this one here is the Super Predator, where it's looks kind of like Schmillery Mitten, half the face, and like she's got a magic book where she's about to cut somebody's head off. But
Oh shit.
get those from Paranoid American's website, and then also the baseball cards. You got the Paranoid American, the Rick Ross, the Isaac Cappy, and then I think those ones. This one's Alex Jones. I don't know if you can see him or not. It's behind like the recording numbers. And then I think this one is like one of the podcasts. A couple of those are from like the comics or the podcast and stuff too. So
Yeah.
we want to hopefully get our own versions of our own baseball cards. I think that'd be pretty dope. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I like the Jose Canseco, and then also the Athletics. They're not even a team anymore, or they're not in Oakland anymore. Not that I'm from there or care about them at all. I just used to play for them.
I think you care about him a little bit.
Yeah, I was a huge Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco.
Mark McGuire, the bongo bat.
Yeah, I got the Basham brothers.
You got ooh shit. All right, easy there.
Sorry. I've been lonely. No.
No.
Oh, too soon. But
Damn.
yeah.
Can you hold that? Can you hold that cup up to the camera
Yeah.
so we can see a little something?
Oh, and here's the Stanley Kubrick, the recording the fake moon landing. Got the second edition.
Nice.
So he hooked it up with some stuff. I got the patch and like the freaking room number, but those are dope. My dog comes in here and freaks out. There
it is.
Ninja Turtle color, the mask. We're gonna try to do probably like a.
That was good.
So it's the Ninja Turtles font with like the different colored mugs and stuff. We got the little Yeti. They're not sponsored, but I figured they're freaking durable.
Good cups. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not big enough for like a big glass of beer, like you're chugging a beer. But if you want a little bit of pre-workout, it's probably the perfect 10-ounce pre-workout. You could throw a little shot in there, keep it nice and cold. So I figure this would be kind of fun for people that come on the podcast and like shoot them a free one, and I'm knocking everything down. And then we'll have those probably for sale, and all it would do is pretty much cover the cup, maybe cover the little vinyl thing, and then maybe cover shipping. Like, I'm not trying to do this for a profit. I'm just doing it for fun. So
Yeah.
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 I feel like I'm taking your sound bites.
No way, man. Cool.
So,
Cool.
But yeah, man. So, what you been up to? You drinking anything?
I got water, bro.
Nice.
That's it. Man, I haven't been up to anything. Just been chilling. Been hopping on the old Star Fox's little joint
Yes.
there. He has a good thing going on. I think it's called Midnight Lycanthropy now.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So I did his the other night. He's doing some things, big things.
For sure. Yeah, I did some
Yeah.
music for him. Made some like Dogman type, like not creepy music, kind of creepy. And then I did like some other styles where it was more like guitar and stuff like that. I don't play. I just make it with AI. So it's like I'm
Yeah.
not trying. I'm not musically inclined or like can carry a tune or anything like that, or even come up with some sort of music symphony.
Now we hear you singing. We know you're good.
So yeah, I definitely need to get on with him soon too. I hit him up earlier today, and I was just like, I need to get on your podcast so we can have you reciprocate,
Back
have
on
you on
ours.
board with all of us.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I keep like not procrastinating with what I'm doing here. I'm procrastinating with the podcast for the most part. I've been just trying to organize stuff and started painting a few things and just trying to clean things up a little
Well,
bit
you
too.
moved. So you got a new house.
Yeah,
Busy.
and it's like the funding and stuff too.
Yeah.
Not you up. I'll edit this out. So back to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's been So I wanted to talk to you about some of the stuff that's going on lately, with the weather, all this crazy.
Okay.
nonsense.
You got something? You cooking?
Yeah, I've been like, my neck's been getting tight. I'm like, is it the humidity or is it the Hurricane Helene? Whatever her name
Ooh.
is.
All right. So real quick. Hurricanes, manufactured or real?
100%.
100% what? Manufactured?
I think a little bit of both. I think
Okay.
when they get to be, they add to it, but I think that they could be natural too. I don't think that it's some weird phenomena like someone's out in the ocean just like going like this with their finger in the
With
water.
a big ass spoon. Just
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Big frother. This is like
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, dude. Okay. All right. What you got?
Yeah, there's this place I think in Africa where HAARP is out of. I don't know.
Okay.
100%. I feel like I should have looked this up, but there's a place in Africa, and almost every hurricane, comes from Africa. Like it comes from the east, and it comes from that area, and then it comes all the way up. By the time it hits Florida, you could slowly see it, and then the other one I would say it always comes from Africa, but there was one recently that came from Mexico up through to LA and stuff like that. But
Okay.
I do have some things that I wanted to show you. I mean, I got videos and stuff too. But I wanted to talk to you today about HAARP and weather control.
Okay.
It's kind of like the mind control of the weather. And then you got people that are like dumb to it in a way. It's like the only way that you're gonna get people to like pay attention is like, hey, do you notice like those aren't clouds that we used to like grow up with or anything like that.
Right.
Like cumulus nimbus and the stratus and all this other nonsense type clouds. Or they're like, oh, those are just rain clouds. It's like, well, they become rain clouds later,
Yeah.
So the other one was it was the rain clouds. It was the weird ones. I feel like my dog's like walking around. It's like throwing me off. You care if I let her out real fast? I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
I'm like, I could hear her nails just
Clicking.
I'm like, go lay down. Okay, so you have like all the different types of clouds that kind of happen that we grew up with, right? That we learned about in school and all that stuff. Well, come to find out that they're slowly going back into old Disney movies, being a little bit of chemtrails in the sky, where there's been empty sky in the movies.
Oh, really?
So that way when you go back, you go to watch these movies as a kid, or with your kids or grandkids or whoever you're watching these movies with, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I don't. Those have always been there. You're like, oh yeah, those are just clouds. Those are just a different type of rain cloud. Those are the ones that seed before the actual rain comes. So I thought that was very interesting and very strange. And then that's some of the things too. You'll start to see those, and you're like, hey, those aren't normal rain clouds. You know, those are chemtrails. And I would tell people this, not everybody, certain people, because certain people would be like, oh, that's stupid. They've always been there our whole lives. And I'm like, you're freaking old. Shut up. And you know exactly. You think I'm talking about. That's probably what I'm talking about.
All right.
I was mad. No, so the one guy that I was talking with before, he was like, "There's no way. They're chemtrails. No, they're not putting chemicals. What kind of chemicals?" And I'm like, "Well, it's different kind of aluminum, different types of things that help seed the clouds to make it rain, but also like they're spraying chemicals in the air that cause that, or they cause the blocking of the sun." And then they go, "Why would they do that? You know, why would the government, or why would anybody care why would they want to hurt the civilians? Why would they want to do anything like that?" And it's like, well, let me tell you, they got freaking aluminum in your deodorant. They're spraying heavy metals into the air. People that are coming back that are finding out with
heavy metals.
What's that?
Heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That could be the ending song, a heavy metal weather control song.
Yeah.
So the people that have Alzheimer's also have a case of heavy metals in their system. It's called something. It's not heavy. It's because you could do a heavy metal detox if you have these metals in your system. But it's like when you're around something a lot. I can't remember the name, and it's probably because of all the chemtrails.
Heavy metal.
Yeah, heavy metal. Heavy metal. Mm-hmm. But so you have heavy metals that are getting sprayed into the air that are causing all these things to seed the rain, and then you got the acid rain. You get all these different things from it. And what they can do is, if you think about it, the sun, you're usually in a better mood. If the sun's out, guns out. When you're happy, you know, you're more happy, you're more able to do something outside. You can send your kids outside because you're like, freaking shut up, you're making too much noise. And you do go outside and play, you know, send them out there. You could go send your dogs outside if they got pent up energy and they're causing a ruckus. You know, so like those type of things, you got high vitamin D just from the sun. There's a lot of positive things that happen when you go outside. You get the fresh air, well, sometimes fresh air. You get all these benefits of going outside and playing or working or being productive or being able to run errands without having to worry about not being able to see very well, I guess, if it's cloudy out or foggy out and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's one of the big things too. It's like they can stop you from going outside and enjoying yourself. And if they keep you sad, they keep you in a mood, they keep you irritated because you can't tell people to shut up when they're little, or you can't shake a dog and throw it outside because there's no sunlight. But
well,
they love me, it's okay. But so with those type of things, there's other effects from that. So let's just say during COVID, all right, you couldn't go outside. They told you,
right.
Oh, you can't go outside, you can't be around people, blah blah blah. So you're secluded, you're recluse, you're in your own house. You know, it's cloudy out. It's like in the winter time. So it's like you can't really go outside and play and enjoy it because it's freaking freezing and it's cold. So people were stuck, kind of like, I can't go out in public. Sometimes I go to Walmart and just people watch, you know, or go to the grocery store, grab a few things, kind of run a few more errands, go to the mall, walk around, you know, do something, even go to the gym. You weren't really allowed to go to the gym to do those things. So then you become more of, things annoy you more, they irritate you more, you get sick and you can't go outside and get that fresh air. You're just kind of stuck in your own bit, you know. So I think that happens with the weather, and I think that happens with these things that happen to to a certain extent. Not quite like it's cloudy outside, so I'm not going to go enjoy my life. But
Right.
you know, people would talk about Seattle being the rainiest city and the cloudiest city and the highest suicides. Well, Ohio has them beat now. So I don't know how that works, because in the summertime when I was a kid, it was always sunny, never cloudy out, never nothing like that. And then this summer was okay, but the last few summers here, it's been like cloudy, it hasn't been always the greatest weather, or you're
Yeah.
working all the time. So it's like, if you're at work and you're looking out the window and you're like, it's cloudy, there's no point of going home right now. I'll stay here and keep punching away. I don't know, just little random things that cross my mind. I could be 100% incorrect, but
No, that's interesting. It's just another way of lockdowns were a control method, right? To get you dependent on the government even more.
yeah. And then
So maybe.
if there's heavy metals in people's system, they have heavy metals, and they have aluminum and different metals in food, like shavings of stuff. Like if you get cereal,
What?
yeah, I mean, you get children's cereal, you crush it all up, you can get a magnet, and there's metals in that. It's because anything that has to go through some sort of grinder, I'm sure it has gotten hit by the metal, or it's like got like shavings of some sort within it, and just grinding. The machine's constantly working. So anything that's on gears, the gears that hit gears, even if they're not lubed up,
Yeah.
whatever, the pieces of metal will go into your food, go into the things that you need. So it's like, it doesn't matter what it could be outside with the sprayed air. It could be your deodorant, because you're constantly putting deodorant on. If you got aluminum deodorant, if it doesn't say aluminum, there's probably aluminum in it. And if it's a name brand, no, I'll probably have to bleep that out. If it's a name brand, you know, they probably still put it in there, even though they say they don't.
What would you say not a name brand is?
Not a name brand.
You sound okay. Well,
Tom.
I know what you mean, but can you give an example of like what, like another brand that wouldn't?
I think Tom's. They might be.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think their toothpaste and their
They got shampoo too, yeah.
I don't know. But I know, like, their Toms, they don't have fluoride in their toothpaste, and I don't think they have aluminum in their deodorant too. So yeah, but I mean, they got all these different metals and things that are causing that. You're constantly around it. You're constantly have it going through your system. You're constantly absorbing it somehow, one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And then they wonder why there's an all-time high with Alzheimer's. It's like, whoa.
Okay.
You do a blood test, you see that they have very high levels of different types of metals in their system. So it's like, and it's not like a coincidence. It's constantly happening. So I don't know.
Great point.
Yeah. So that's
okay.
That's my opinion. And then I mean, I got some videos and stuff too if you're down for that. I'll try to
man. Let's see them.
Scoliosis. So the first one is going to be about HAARP. Wait. You want HAARP or yeah, I'll do HAARP. So HAARP,
what that is?
I have to look it up.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what it is. Okay, HAARP is the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP, HAARP. It almost sounds like that old person. Yeah. Is a scientific endeavor aimed at studying the properties and behavior of the ionosphere. The ionosphere stretches roughly 50 to 400 miles above Earth's surface, right at the edge of space, which is okay.
Okay.
The location is Alaska. And I mean, there's like, I'll show you what HAARP looks like. Here. I mean, I just searched this and it just popped up. This works out perfect. Sorry, I'm like trying to remember how we do all this.
This is how we do it.
Don't get shut down because it's copyright.
Man, that wasn't heavy metal though.
No. That'd be sick. Make a cover. A metal, heavy metal version.
Sound of the Heart.
A heavy metal detox. So, I mean, you got this here. This is HAARP. This is by NBC News. Oh, I don't know why they made it small. Damn it. Yeah, they're making it small. Can you see this okay?
Yeah, I can see it good.
Trying to scroll down. I'm scrolling down on the wrong thing. I mean, even this, like, this has like hurricanes from above. This is some of the this is chemtrails, but this is almost like a frequency of a
Yeah.
chemtrail. You know, like when you get these weird like waves all over there.
Yeah, exactly, like a wave, a ripple.
Yeah. Ooh, a ripple inside. Chemtrails, HAARP, and the full spectrum dominance of planet Earth. Is HAARP firing up FAA issues warning about electromagnetic radiation, which I thought would be interesting if you could link this to 5G, and I think somebody does. So, all right. So there's HAARP. You kind of get an idea for it. Now there is something else. It was like a weather control technology.
Where is this at in Alaska?
Gakona.
Okay. I don't
You
know
know
what's
where?
that.
You said you don't know where that's at?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's right here. Oh, shoot. It is closer to Canada. It's like the south. You see the little red dot?
Yeah, okay.
That's where it is. I don't know what place that is.
Yeah.
Jeez. The population of the CDP was 169, down from 218 in 2010.
Damn.
So there's like no one lives there. Holy crap, that's crazy. Okay, and then I was just gonna look up the weather technology. It's like hurricanes are from there.
Hurricanes.
Yeah, I almost want to put like, do hurricanes come from Africa?
So what are you looking at? Whether what?
Where they're coming from.
Okay.
It's almost like hurricanes, and
Is that what the AI says?
they did not directly originate in Africa. Shut up! I didn't ask you that. Hurricanes that affect the Americans, including the typically form in the Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico. While some hurricanes may have African roots, they do not directly originate from Africa. Well, that's not what I asked. I mean, I didn't mean are they from there? Like,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh. I don't know. That was close, bro. It was close.
I'll bleep it out. While hurricanes do not originate directly from Africa, the African continent plays a crucial role in shaping the atmospheric conditions that lead to hurricane formation. The African Easterly Jet, or AEJ, and the African monsoon influence the movement and intensity of high pressure systems and trade winds, which in turn impact the formation and track of hurricanes. So, and then Hurricane Katrina, which was a huge. Cape Verde. Okay, here we go. So, Cape Verde hurricane, or Cabo Verde hurricane, is an Atlantic hurricane that originates at low altitude. Man, I swear there was something else. I don't think I have any videos on this. But it was like the direct location was like in this general area. So like, all right, let's see. Cape Verde. Sorry, I'm like doing this all live. I mean, I'll edit all this stuff out.
So it comes from the Bermuda Triangle, huh?
Yeah, we should directly into that in Cape Cod, or I mean, Cape Cod, Atlantis. So it was something like this, right? Do you see this?
Yeah.
It was like the shape of a hurricane. So, man, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Okay, so do you know what the aerial view
Of a hurricane?
of a hurricane? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so an aerial view of a hurricane. I definitely spelled that wrong. They're showing me like, how is this aerial? Did I spell aerial wrong?
I can't see.
View of a hurricane. Why is it this not showing images of an actual hurricane? It's showing like the destruction of a hurricane. It's like, I don't want to know that. Oh, here we go. So this is like the aerial version of it. They were showing it coming from like the African area, but there was a place in Africa, and I think it was Cape Verde, where it was like this exact same shape. So do you see this shape here?
Mm-hmm.
These.
Yeah.
That shape specifically, right? Okay, so you're seeing the shape of a hurricane. Now, aerial view of Cape Verde. I'm gonna try to see if I can find. See, it doesn't have like a direct like above. Here we go. See this?
Yeah.
So there was a couple of them like that. Man, this sucks. It's like I'm using Brave so I don't get tracked on everything, and then it's like, let me just show you a little bit of what you're talking about.
It's still learning, man. It's still learning.
Effing show, come on. Yeah. Okay, aerial view of Cape Verde, Africa, and I hope that's how you would do it, because I know Africa is a continent. It's not a country, but I don't know if Cape Verde is the country. And I'll try to edit some of this stuff out, because I know like looking for this isn't exactly what I was looking to do. Aerial.
Switching it up, okay.
Yeah, I know. I feel like they're gonna have the best pictures. Aerial view of Cape Verde.
Yo, mama.
Islands. Africa.
Is your dog drinking water?
Yeah.
You're getting it, bro.
Because she's gonna kill it. It's like a gallon in it. All right.
I'm getting it. Parched.
It's the same dog. Oh my god. She's like outside running. Like, I'm thirsty, let me in. Okay, here we go. Here's a better one. You see that?
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. The smaller one's drinking that.
Does look like a Herbert Kizang. Yeah, man.
Can you hear her too or not?
Oh, no.
I think she just finished it all. Okay, both dogs went back to back, like nonstop. Okay, so here's Cape Verde. Here's some pictures of like what an actual like here's what the island looks like, but this is like the same area that the hurricanes are coming from. It almost looks like a volcano in a way.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like a volcano.
Yeah.
It's a volcano of hurricanes.
Yeah. Or the moon, like they could have recorded there. Okay, anyway, so I'll get out of this. That's just kind of what I wanted to explain with the HAARP stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So then I'll show you this. I got a couple videos, and then we can lob it up and see where we go. But here's the video.
Was the timely earthquake in Iran triggered by natural causes or by man-made causes? In the late 1800s, Serbian-American inventor Nikola Tesla developed tectonic weaponry capable of triggering earthquakes. He claimed the technology could split the earth in half with the press of a button. Tesla sold the patents for his earthquake technology to U.S. weapons manufacturer Westinghouse in 1885. Today, the U.S. military controls and uses the technology at their high-frequency active auroral research project called HAARP, located at Gakona, Alaska. In his book, Angels Don't Play This Harp, Dr. Nick Begich claims the U.S. military has developed tectonic and climate weaponry that can trigger earthquakes, manipulate weather systems, and cause floods, droughts, and hurricanes that threaten the economies of other nations. HAARP's vast installations of antenna towers zap the sky's protective ionosphere with an electromagnetic beam, creating extremely low-frequency radio waves called ELF waves. These ELF waves bounce back to Earth as plasma balls. This tectonic weaponry can be more lethal than any of America's most powerful nuclear weapons. Only one nation in the world has been insane enough to drop atomic weapons of mass destruction on the innocent populations of 2 large Japanese cities, chemical weapons of mass destruction on innocent civilians in Vietnam, and depleted radioactive uranium weapons of mass destruction on the people of Iraq.
Yo, first of all,
Yes, sir.
I like the name of the book. The Angels Don't Play This Harp.
Yeah.
Second of all, why does that video sound like Kamala Harris is reading it?
You mean the music part or the voice?
The narration.
I don't know.
Play it just a little bit again and keep Kamala on the brain.
All right, let me see if I can find different version. Yeah.
No, you can't unhear it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I feel like I'm what's his name? Ollie.
Timely earthquake in Iran triggered by natural causes or by man-made causes. In the
See?
1800s, Serbian-American inventor Nikola Tesla developed tectonic weaponry capable of triggering earthquakes. He claimed the technology could split the Earth in half with the press of a button. Tesla
Right?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna edit this part out.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna put this video because that other one, the music was like,
Yeah.
it was just annoying. Like, I had 2 different versions of that.
It was not heavy metal.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so then
It was Kamala Harris.
Yeah. All right, and then I got this video. I'll try to go through the videos pretty quick. Okay.
Oh, hey again.
Hey.
So when you like share stuff online and then you inevitably get comments of people calling you a crazy conspiracy theorist, and it's not possible that the government could do such a thing. And sometimes just in my leisure reading, I like to read U.S. patents, don't you? So if you just go to the deep state machine that we call Google, just look up U.S. patent number 6470214. Oh, what do you know? Directed energy weapon, targeted individual patents from the year 2000. Pulsative manipulation of central nervous system. Published in 2002, method and device for producing a desired brain state via magnetic waves. And this fun one from 2013 has 4 different assignees, controls brain state by placing engineered EMF patterns into the AC wiring of a building. And from 2014, induced desired brain state in person by adding waves into a music file. And from the year 2000, induces desired emotional state through an EMF, sleeplessness, sexual arousal. 2015, vital signs of subject via remote application of radar waves, handheld. And then here's one from 2002, remotely transmit intelligible subjective sound into targeted consciousness, voice to skull. Oh, and who's the original assignee? The United States Air Force. And so would the U.S. deep state government use such patents?
Pretty interesting, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So, and then I got this one for you. It's not a video. Oops.
What it is then?
It's pictures. It's a picture book. Let's see. Okay, so here's HAARP. Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. There's a little bit of information on it. Like and subscribe. Project Bluebeam official. Project.bluebeam.official _ is freaking dope to follow for anything Project Bluebeam related as well. Project
Bluebeam.
Yes.
Dang.
So there's this. It says HAARP testing May 10th. The high frequency active HAARP is based in Alaska and is a high power, high frequency transmitter for studying. We already read all of this. Conducting tests May 8th and May 10th of 2024. These tests involve transmitting high frequency radio waves into the upper atmosphere and ionosphere, which can cause the ionosphere to emit light, creating an artificial air glow. The research team has announced that they will be carrying out tests from May 8th to May 10th. So,
All right.
I'm not 100% sure on the date, but I almost wonder, like, when was that eclipse? And then, do you remember when they were freaking out about the 5G? Everybody's phones were gonna beep and all the news shut off and stuff like that for a day.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was around the same time as this too. I'm not 100% sure. They're just throwing it out there. You could go do your own conspiracy theories or go do your own research. And research, I mean, go read it, Google it, or Brave or Yandex. Go look it up yourself.
Probably worth the Google.
Yes, it is. Creates air glow by exiting electrons in Earth's ionosphere, similar to how solar energy creates natural or aurora with on and off pulses of high frequency radio transmission. HAARP's ionospheric research instrument, a phased array of 180 high frequency antennas, can radiate 3.6 megawatts into the upper atmosphere and ionosphere. Airglow in the sky, created by the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program during a 4-day research campaign. HAARP's ionospheric research instrument is a phased array of 180 high frequency. The experiments will focus on the ionosphere, the region of the atmosphere about 30 to 350 miles above the Earth's surface. And then this is what kind of like the air glow looks like. And the fact checkers can go fact check, but see what that's doing. God, do you remember this kind of happened too?
When?
People were looking at the sky here, and they were like, "Look, you can see the whatever it's called up north."
The Aurora Borealis?
Yes. I wonder if this is what that is, why you can see it from Romania.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got the Star Wars music. Or not Star Wars.
Bam, bam. X-Files?
No, what's that other show? Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Never seen it.
Really?
Really?
Okay. And then here is, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. Iwendtster. HAARP is one of the greatest weapons ever invented by man. Then he has the same frequency program. Here, research program. Then he has the same thing that they were talking about, like the experiments they were going to do. This actually has the frequency, like, page and what they're going to be conducting and the times that they did it for. So, I mean, here are the times, May 8th from, May 8th. Is that 10 to 2?
I can't see it.
10 to 2 in the morning, right here. And then they did it at May 9th, 10 to 2 in the morning. May 10th, 10 to 2 in the morning. It's like military time. 2000 or 2000 to 0200 or whatever. This is kind of blurry. I can't really read what this says. But if anybody wants to look it up, go check him out on Instagrams. And then
Can you throw his name out there again?
yeah, Ian Wendt.
Ian Wendt.
Yeah, it's WENDT.
All right.
But he's talking about how, reminding you that I made a video on Rumble 8 months ago after the Maui fires for absolutely no reason whatsoever. How about those auroras seen all throughout the U.S. this past weekend, though? Almost like it was unnatural. By the way, by a show of hands, how many of you had a super bad headache this weekend and don't usually get? Okay, well, I don't remember. And what about the super rare, insane EF2 tornado that just wrecked Tennessee? So this was 20 weeks ago. So you could do the math on that.
20 weeks.
Yeah, right now it's October 2nd, so we'll do the stuff from there, and then you'll be good. And then there's just some more HAARP information, notice of transmission and stuff. And then here's his episode that he did, the Perfect Weapon Part 1. So you can find this on Rumble. Cool dude.
Okay.
Down. He's not really into conspiracies, so I'm kind of shocked that he mentioned this. I think he's more political, but for him to bring this up, it almost makes it have more validity.
Yeah.
Oh, and then here he is talking about it.
Like, so many people are unaware of what's really going on. And I know that some might watch this and be like, well, how does he know? I freaking study history, man. And I actually pay attention to what's going on. That's the difference. And, it's what I can't get is why anyone would believe, like, I'm a father, right? I'm a parent. And I can tell you, I lie to my kids all the time, right? Dude, so many people don't know about this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times were you lied to as a kid? You eat the gum and swallow it, it's going to be in your freaking stomach for 7 years, right? You eat a pumpkin seed, you're going to grow a pumpkin or a watermelon in your stomach. Like, how many little lies were told? And I know those are insignificant and stupid, but guess what? These people think that these lies are insignificant and stupid when it comes to the grand scheme of things. So it's wild to me that there are people on this planet that believe that the government would tell us the truth about everything and that they wouldn't try to hide anything. And that the people who are in power wouldn't do anything to stay in power. Now, that's the one that gets me. But, I mean, that's why we make these. So, but let's check this out really quick. I got to put it up on the TV and watch it and make sure that everything syncs up. I mean, how many times are you...
So, based on that alone, all right, let me ask you one thing. What's the first thing as a child that you are told, and then as a child you were told that it's not true, or you find out you find out on your own?
That I was loved? No. Yeah, dude. There's the watermelon, there's the gum, there's the tooth fairy, there's Santa.
No, okay, that one.
Santa?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that they tell you is true. So it's a big scheme in a way.
Uh-huh.
All right, think about it as like a pagan thing, right? They get you to believe that over something else. You know, so like if I were to tell you as a child, hey, Santa's coming, and you're like super pumped for the Easter bunny or whatever freaking weird thing that they have you learn as a kid. And then by the time you're probably 7, 8, 9, maybe 15, like I was, somebody at school ruins it for you. So
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You just ruined it for me. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Yeah, so it's like one of those things where they teach you how to tell your kids to do this, and this, you know. So like, and you have to break it to them, or they find out the hard way. Like, Santa's not real. What else isn't real? You know, and then they almost get mad at you. And it's like, I almost wonder if that's a way subliminally. I don't think this was like done on purpose, but if you were to tell your child, like, you're going to church, right? As a kid, you're taking your kids to the church. You're going every Sunday, whatever, you know, and they're thinking that Santa's real. They're going to church thinking that God's real. And then you tell them that Santa's not real, or they find out that Santa's not real. So then they're going to automatically start to think that God's not real.
Yeah, the next questions. Yeah, questions. Yeah.
And then you can't answer it because you're like, well, I mean, some people can answer it, some people can't. It's just one of those things too. It's like, are you well versed in it? Do you kind of have an idea of it? Or are you just like, well, I never saw Santa either, you know? It's like, I never saw God either. So sometimes that's the same, like, sometimes that could be the same thing. Man, my nose looks really crooked. Oh my gosh. They were supposed to fix it. So, and then let me show you something else. Share this one. All right. This one here is what wasn't manipulated. Death tolls rise as Hurricane Helene, whatever it's called, unleashes catastrophic flooding across the United States, knocks out power for millions.
And behavior just the result of natural processes and climate patterns, or was it manipulated? The circular blue flashes seen in this video are frequency transmissions from the NexRad network of transmitter installations. All available science evidence makes clear that atmospheric frequency transmissions can and do have a repelling effect on air masses, especially if and when the air masses have been seeded with electrically conductive nanoparticles. The brighter the blue flash from a frequency transmission installation, the more pronounced and powerful the repelling effect on any air mass or storm in the vicinity will be. Where there are no blue flashes, there is no transmission, thus no repelling effect, thus no resistance for a migrating storm. Translation: a migrating storm will be hindered from moving toward frequency transmissions and will easily migrate in a direction with no. Was Hurricane Helene's
Okay.
Yes, 5G towers transmit radio waves or radio frequency, electromagnetic fields, EMF, to communicate with base stations and other devices. 5G uses a range of frequencies, including new spectrum below 6 gigahertz and high frequency bands up to 100 gigahertz. The post says that was Hurricane Helene engineered and steered in certain directions by a repelling of frequencies. This wasn't necessarily a created storm, but 5G frequencies can steer or repel storms to go in certain areas and or hover or stay in specific locations for longer amounts of time, hence flooding or damage done. You have to think critically, why would they benefit from controlling the weather patterns? So there's that one. And then this guy here.
You talk about these hurricanes. Y'all seeing the radar right here? It's an anomaly. There's been several anomalies. Let's just check out some anomalies. This right here was during Hurricane Beryl, however you say it. Look at that right there, man. And so that's supposed to be natural, or it's just a blip on the map. What kind of energy surge would have caused that? Come on. Oh, no, don't try to dismiss it yet. You know what this right here is? Here's the patent for a hurricane and tornado control device. Looking like this was in 2001. A method disclosed for affecting the formation and or direction of low atmospheric weather system. Audio generators are positioned to project sound waves towards the peripheral area of a weather system. The sound waves are generated at a frequency to affect the formation of the weather system in a manner to disrupt, enhance, or direct the formation. They can also be projected in a manner to cause it to rain. So, back to some anomalies on these radars, man. Y'all take a look at these, dude. So, y'all are telling me this is just a blip, a malfunction in the radar, huh? I guess it is. Here's another anomaly on the radar. Just look at that, man. That's just so cool to me. No, I'm not insinuating anything at all. I'm just showing y'all all these cool anomalies on the radar. So y'all have a good day, man.
Nice.
All right. So, and then I'm going to just keep playing them, okay?
Yep.
I'll try to hurry up. I don't know why I was talking like that.
Gouge away.
Okay. So that's it for HAARP. I got some weather control ones. Damn. our best friends, ninjas or butterflies. Start talking about some stuff.
Conspiracy regarding fog, and I found a CIA document about it. The CIA in 1967, they were doing tests to see how they can implement man-made fog to where no one can drive. And then, but at the bottom of it, it literally says top secret.
If the military can produce something for cheap that's strategic in wartime, deters from any signals getting through, it's like, of course they're going to duplicate everything they can.
We have all of these tactical approaches to like combat and stuff like that. But what are the vulnerabilities that we can't predict? Things that we can't control? Weather.
It stops people from moving. People literally cannot drive through it. It literally controls people.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would the government not be interested in that?
Yeah.
Do you know there
Like it.
So I feel like I was not even expecting this, but here's also a friend of ours, Forbidden Clothes. Maybe not a friend of ours, but I get a lot of my conspiracy shirts from them. They got some good ones. I might have to get this one for the next time we do a weather episode. But when people refuse to look up, so you have to find a new way to educate them. Have you seen the sky today? It's like, just look it up or look up, and you start to notice those things. And that's what I want to circle back to, or do a full callback to, is, for one, that verbiage, the callback. I want to do a full callback to that from like 12 episodes ago when we started using that to like bring back the podcast full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah, full circle.
Oh, Jesus.
So, amen. The one guy that I was talking about earlier was like, no, there's no way that's true. I started pointing them out. Every time we would see him, I go, watch, tomorrow's going to rain because of those. And you would see the jet flying, and those things would be going. And then I showed them videos of a jet flying, and they go, yeah, there's no way they can just control it. And they shut it off, and it started flying, and it started turning them back on again. And there was like huge pieces where they were like missing. And it's like, oh, they can't control that, huh? So I thought that was very interesting.
It is.
This one here, weather modification, geoengineering, chemtrails. It's like we're the ones in the middle just looking up. You know, we're awake till it all. And then you got all these freaking ostriches putting their head in the sand.
Ostriches.
Yeah, maybe that could be a shirt. Ostriches. Yeah. Just putting your head in the sand. You're just trying not to. Maybe that's a better term than sheep.
Ostriches?
Yeah, because ostriches look ridiculous. Sheep, I feel like that's like a biblical term where you're like a shepherd and you're protecting your sheep or your flock, you know, or your flock, your sheep. Are they a flock of sheep?
Waka flocka flang?
So,
I mean, I think it's a flock.
Yeah, and I think the sheep.
But then you're a sheep herder.
Yeah.
You're not like a sheep flocker.
Well, a sheep herder, is that all one word is shepherd? Sheep herd?
Oh, get the fuck out of here with your genius. Your genius showing.
It just hit me. So maybe we'll start calling people.
Ostriches.
Ostriches, or the O word.
The O word, yeah, I like it.
Hard O. Okay. Sorry.
Bum, bum, bum.
Too soon. Figured it'd be more polite. All right, here's this kid.
Flooding in North Carolina does not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And this lithium mine they want would be the 3rd largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the courts? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know. I grew up in the mountains in Colorado, which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, aka like the worst thing that could happen, and you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, things are happening in biblical proportion. What if they're doing this to make people think that well, I don't know. Maybe it is, but we'll never know. I was going to say, what if they're trying to make people think that this is the end times, and they're trying to...
Ooh. Maybe. Yeah. Possible. I feel like they've been trying to do that for a while now.
Yes, but the more you the more that they push it and it doesn't happen, the more people are would deny it. Well, if it's biblical, why isn't this happening? Why is this happening and this happening and all these things happening, but the end still isn't here? You know, I almost wonder if they're doing like a false... That's what I think Project Bluebeam is.
Okay.
Too. They're going to bring in a false return of Jesus, and then it will be like the Antichrist, and then people will be like, oh, that's not the one that I was believing in, and then stop their beliefs in certain things, and then that's how their souls get taken.
Yeah.
So,
take religion from you. Okay. Yeah. That's smart.
Here's this one.
Drawn the connection between intentional earthquake machine. We know that going into war zones and earthquake, famine zones, typhoon zones is highly lucrative for organ harvesting and human trafficking. I know for some people watching this right now, they might say, that sounds like absolute crazy talk. Well, the numbers bear it out. In fact, the United Nations, the US State Department specifically talks about this on their website. These war zones, earthquake zones are highly lucrative for human body harvesting and those types of things.
So they slam an earthquake into a place, and then they have all the rescue teams that are going to come help everyone. And then
where do
and I know what really is going on.
I thought that one was interesting. You know, all these bad things are happening. It like if you looked at Hawaii, right? Hawaii, they were like sending kids home during the fires, and then there's like thousands of children missing. Like, I don't know, has anybody like got tabs with anybody else? And then also, like, while all that stuff happened, I think Oprah bought a lot of land. So while her and The Rock were trying to allegedly try to get money donated to them to assist with bringing money and funds to Hawaii, she ended up buying a ton more land, allegedly. So, and then I have this one. It's a plane that has like the weather control stuff on it. It's kind of a loud video, so I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play the volume for it. It's just like the plane is on and it's loud, and it's just showing you the different areas that's connected to the plane to do the weather modification.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the little pieces on the bottom that are like holding the areas that are like spraying the aerosol sprays into the clouds to do the cloud, or into the sky to do the cloud seeding, or to create those things to block out the sun.
Damn.
And then this is from 9 years ago. So this is actually CBS from 9 years ago talking about weather control.
That scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one day manipulate rain and lightning. Yes, morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor at City College. I mean, lasers really to change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
But this is experimental.
It's experimental. However, in the laboratory so far, it works. When you have water vapor and you have dust particles or ice crystals, you can precipitate rain. It condenses around the seeds. These seeds can also be created by laser beams. By firing trillion-watt lasers, you rip apart the electrons, creating what are called ions. And these ions act like seeds, like dust particles, bringing down rain and even lightning.
Now we're learning that.
Okay.
So there's that one. It's interesting, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'll keep
Yeah.
like interested and then show more videos, but I'm almost done. I got like 1, 2, 3. I got 5 more videos. Is that okay?
Yep.
Dude, you said 30-minute episode.
That's it. That's it.
45 minutes. All right. I'll hurry up. Promise. I missed you, Chente. We haven't done this in such a long time. I do this with you every day.
Every day.
Just watch YouTube with me.
Yeah.
They're doing military exercises out there, although it looks like rain, it's not. Showers here are legitimate. This is not rain, as we've been telling you for the past 2 weeks now. They're doing military exercises out there, although it looks like rain, it's not. Showers here are
Said they've been doing these exercises for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Even though it looks like rain, it's not. They're doing military exercises. Well, those military exercises are probably making more rain.
Yeah. That I never seen that one. That one's crazy.
That could lead us into a conspiracy about glitter, Atlantis, and
Okay.
the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
What am I talking about? This?
The
Okay.
Bermuda Triangle.
These are
Other investors are betting Kadama Systems can reduce carbon dioxide in the air by chopping down and burying trees, which has raised $6.6 million in seed funding from Bill Gates' Breakthrough Energy and others. Scientists say burying trees can reduce global warming as well. I don't know where they're finding these scientists, by the way. To help address the problem, the U.S. Forest Services aims to thin out 70 million acres of western forest, mostly in California, over the next decade, extracting more than 1 billion tons of bone-dried biomass. Normally, when you cut down trees, when you're a lumberjack, when you have a lumber company, you're selling the lumber to build houses, people buying from Home Depot or whatever. They're arguing that they want to, rather than sell the timber, take all that wood and just bury it, because they're saying that that is a better solution. And so, in other words, this is a business because they're getting money to create carbon offsets. And this is what Bill Gates is financing.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. Now, this is where it gets even weirder. Like Bill Gates so much. Show you what he says about science.
Plant trees. There's a lot of people who are very enamored with trees. We've got trees on this stage. Some people would even say that if you just planted enough trees, it could take care of the climate issue altogether.
And that's complete nonsense.
Okay.
I mean, are we the science people or are we the idiots? Which one do we want to be? I don't plant trees.
There's a lot of people who are very enamored with trees. We've got trees on this stage.
Based on that, you see this page still?
Yeah.
Who's the most powerful doctor? Meet the world's most powerful doctor, Bill Gates.
How's he a doctor?
He's not even a doctor. You got a doctor, like a, what's it called when you get it through like a
An
school?
honorary?
You know, yeah, exactly. Like Bill Cosby, I think, was an honorary one too. So here's this one. This one's about earthquakes. Now, this is about insurance in California. and how they got rid of it.
See, they just did some weird law with house insurance in California. Yeah, they removed house insurance out there. State Farm is pulling out of that market. Kind of feel like something massive is going to happen. Yeah. Either some kind of earthquake or something. They don't want to be responsible for it. Wow. I mean, think about it. Why would an insurance company pull out of the whole state? Yeah, it's never happened before. I mean, you got Oklahoma, you got Texas, they got hurricanes, tornadoes, but California, they're like pulling completely out. They want nothing to do with the market. They don't even care about the monthly payments or anything like that. They know something that we don't. Some details that they're not giving because the insurance companies usually don't pull out of the market. Did you see they just...
So what's strange
Pulled
about
out.
that, they pulled out of California for insurance, like they pulled their insurance company out of there because I almost wonder if they secretly know that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like a predictive programming thing. Now,
Uh-huh.
you know how the guy mentioned in that video about how Oklahoma and like
Texas.
Texas having tornadoes, and then he's like,
Yeah.
they're not getting rid of tornado insurance. You know, that would be crazy. Well, what if a state that isn't supposed to have those type of things happen to their area happens to their area? Like, for example, this hurricane that happened that was supposed to hit Florida isn't really affecting Florida at all. I mean, we have a friend down there right now that's like, yeah, everything's like ops normal down here. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
No power outages, no nothing. I can go to the store and get whatever I want. But then you have Georgia and the inland
North
part
Carolina.
of North Carolina, where they're a mountain town and they got flooded.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, you live in the mountains, like up in the mountains, or you live at the base of the mountain? Like, how is it, if you're living up in the mountains, are you getting flooded? And then that's kind of where we touch base on the video that I played a little bit earlier, where the guy said that they were looking for lithium. It's almost like that's their reasoning for doing all these things. The other one,
It's all
too,
coming together.
Yep, we're doing a full-on comeback. Wait,
We're coming on backs.
oh, not again. No, all right. So I got the last video, and this will kind of tie in what I'm talking about with the Oklahoma thing. But the Oklahoma thing might not have, they have tornadoes, they still have insurance for it, but it's like this for you.
Follow-up video. So I'm seeing people say they can't find anything on the strange sounds in Oklahoma during the earthquakes. So I figured we'd watch it together. Let's go. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, well, that's just one guy video. How do you know? How do you know he didn't just edit it? And honestly, if that's the route you're going, then you got to apply that to the news corporations that have way more resources. Anyways, just saying. But check out the comments. That's where I'm going with this. Check out these comments. Sequoia County, Gore. We heard several of these the other night. It happened in Oklahoma where I live, and I had a glass perfume and it broke. 240 corridor. These used to happen in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And here's some more, but I ran out of time. Let me know what you think in the follow-up video.
So my thinking with that is, one, probably frequencies or the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, or Bigfoot, you know, if he's out there causing ruckus and just growling at people. But you have the frequency thing that can cause those things to happen. That glass broke in that girl's room, supposedly, allegedly. But if the insurance companies are only providing insurance for like tornadoes, but then an earthquake happens in Oklahoma, like little things are happening in different areas that aren't supposed to normally happen. And it's like they can control the weather. You know, they take the insurance out of California, so that way if an earthquake happens, they're no longer covered. A mountain area probably doesn't have flood insurance because they probably don't get flooded, but then this hurricane happens and that gets the most damage and destruction, where it's almost considered biblical to be like in those type of times for like flooding or a natural disaster or like almost not a plague, but like when God struck down all these different things for like in Egypt for each of those things. It's like the next thing would be like frogs falling from the sky or blood raining from the sky, type of thing would be the only thing you feel like people would be like, oh crap. So here is, and then here's my posts. Let me show you. This is what I want to do. Last few things I wanted to show you. So Bob's lessons. I know about Bob from the No Mercy podcast. It was him, cousin Tommy G. Kind of got me into the whole podcasting and conspiracy stuff. So shout out to Bob's lessons. He said he came up with a solution to help get money relief for to Asheville, North Carolina. Just rename North Carolina Ukraine.
Ukraine.
LOL, laugh out loud type of funny. And then our boy Paranoid American. I wanted to give him another shout out. He's got some cool stuff going on. He's got this. There's a channel called Lookhu. It's LOOKHU, and it looks like he has a new documentary series coming to Conspired TV on Lookhu Lookhu. And we can go there and stuff too and check it out. But it says it's a collection of 20-minute documentaries on all of my favorite brain-related topics: memory palaces, NLP, mushrooms, MK Ultra, and more. If you liked my documentary, you'll love this series. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. He's got some dope stuff, man. He's working on a lot. His new comic just dropped, NASA. Never a straight answer. And then I wanted to drop our stuff real quick. This is like just some of the stuff that I was reposting and everything too. So like we're posting our shorts on this is on X. We're posting them on TikTok. What?
Our what? What are we posting?
Oh, we're posting shorts, and like I'll post the podcast and stuff on all these places too. But most of our shorts are going to be on YouTube, TikTok, X, Instagram. I think Facebook once we get that set up, and I think they're going to YouTube. So those are the only places that have the shorts. We might eventually do like a clips episode or something like that, but we'll go from there. I got the patch. I don't know if you can see it behind me up here. It's this exact same patch. It's Stanley Kubrick on the moon with a camera. He was a film director. He did a Full Metal Jacket. He did a Clockwork Orange. He did 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut was his last film, where he was released.
He did The Shining too, yeah.
The Shining, yes. I thought you said The Shining too. I was like, there's another.
My bad. No.
No, you're good. So he's got because of Chente, because of you freaking told me about Isaac Weishaupt. So I started kind of liking his stuff and watching him. He was on Sam Tripoli's Tinfoil Hat podcast, and he was on his Mount Crushmore. So I started I figured what other better way to freaking show support than to buy some of Isaac Weishaupt's books, So then he sent me his book, sent me a couple bookmarkers, and he sent me a little pamphlet from MK Ultra pamphlet. That was like little cartoon thing that you just flip, like a little flip book.
Yeah.
And I read 2 of his books, and I'm halfway through his second book, and I'm like, what is this bookmarker? And I'm like, I seen it, but I thought it was his. It was like a cult something, a cult. I can't remember. And then thing. But on the back, I had the little QR code, and it was all the Paranoid American stuff. So then started looking at his stuff, reached out to him, had him on the podcast. So it's like all because of you getting me to listen to Isaac Weishaupt, to get interested, and you recommending the books to me. I feel like we've come full circle, or circled all around, and come on around. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, woo.
But now I have I'm almost done with the Kubrick's Code book that Isaac
Yeah.
Weishaupt did, and then this is his little this is his patch that he hooked me up with for if you not a GoFundMe, what's it called when you give money to raise up enough money.
The Kickstart or whatever.
Yeah. So it's we hooked him up as a podcast to do the Kickstart. So he definitely hooked it up with a bunch of extra stuff. As you guys can see, I have way more than this. I got his Frazzle Drip, Funhouse, The Paranoid American is a novel. That's all the way up at the top. I got the Chosen One comic, the Time Samplers. I only got comic number 4 up there, but I think I got all 5 of them. And then Never a Straight Answer. Those ones, he hooked me up with all 3 different covers for the same comic and stuff too. So I just definitely wanted to give a shout out to Paranoid American and stuff. He's
Most definitely.
And then here's some of his over 100 new songs released. He this is from the last 4 years. Finally decided to drop them all. You can find them on Spotify, iTunes, or anywhere else you stream music. Sometimes he'll drop music directly to SoundCloud. So you can find all of these songs on SoundCloud first. And then once they go to SoundCloud and he gets so many likes, if you guys freaking think the videos or the music's dope and stuff, like him, follow him, and all that stuff. And once he gets so many likes, he drops it as a single on Spotify and everywhere else you can find it. And then here's some of the he created conspiracy baseball cards. They look like classic freaking Topps baseball cards, man. These are so sick. These are, I got a couple of them. He's the first batches are going to the NASA comic backers. So you got Werner von Braun. He was the Nazi scientist that they brought in to the United States and helped create NASA. Rick Ross, who was a part of this, he was the CIA was funding, giving him cocaine and crack and stuff to help spread around the country, and he thought he was just dealing with a normal guy from Colombia. Bill Hicks. I thought Bill Hicks was a stand-up comedian. I think he is a stand-up comedian, but I guess he's into conspiracies. Isaac Cappy, Robert Anton Wilson. Do you know who that is?
No.
I don't know who that is. Donald Ewan Cameron, MK Ultra. Timothy McVeigh, he was the Oklahoma City bomber. Alex Jones, Bill Cooper, Louis Jollyton West. He was a CIA guy that was Mr. West. He has a song about Jolly West, so that's how I know him. And then some of these guys are content creators. Connect the Dots Comics. This one here is the Time Samplers Comics. This one here is the Secret Mystery School. But then he's going to do some where it's actual podcasters and stuff too. So he's got a comic coming soon with Donut. Or I think, pretty sure it's called Illuminati Exposed. And I think he's doing some other stuff with Donut too.
Nice.
And then he's got the Jeffrey Epstein playing for the
Islanders.
I was like, that's so dope. And look how freaking gross his Adam Devil looks. It looks like a freaking ball sack.
Good damn.
And then you got the Diddler himself, P. Diddlers.
69.
So I thought that was pretty sick. And then some other cards that he's got going on too. He's got the Rick Ross, Timothy McVeigh. And then here's some things that I thought would help her. This is what this lady said helped her survive the hurricane so far. A gas car, a gas stove, a gas hot water heater, a gas chainsaw, and cash. Things that are and were useless during the hurricane. Electric cars, because you can't charge anything on water because you'll get electrocuted. Electric appliances. It's kind of self-explanatory with that one too. Debit cards, the city bus, the government, diversity, my tax dollars to Ukraine. So I thought that was thought that was pretty funny to share. Flat Earth Dave had Jim Brewer. I just saw Jim Brewer. He played in my town at a Freemason lodge. Now, it was a theater in my downtown city, which is like not a big city at all. But everything looked super Masonic. It was a really cool looking building and cool looking theater. But I actually saw Jim Brewer there. He was hilarious. And then here's my dog on the moon digging away, trying to make it to China.
Got a while to go.
Yeah. And then these are the pilots spraying stuff. Oh, okay. So this is one thing.
Would not intentionally spray my children or family with toxic aerosols, but as you must know, 80% or better do not have any family or children. Indigo pilots are chosen from the top ranks within the Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard. Most of the pilots are, quote, hardened to humanity, unquote, and could care less about killing off unwanted or leeching aspects of America and the world. I swear to you, the majority of the pilots are like machines. I call them tanker terminators. We are paid more than any other pilot for our service, other than Air Force One pilots who make as much or more and are kept in a dark secret world for their own protection.
Delta 92 Delta 1692 up 56 speed. Gemini? Delta 6200 mark 30. Delta 20 Charlie Whiskey 390.
So what's very interesting to me too is that Mexico, I think Mexico stopped and banned chemtrails. Tennessee banned chemtrails, and there was a couple other states. Hopefully we can get our state going next. And then here's one of our shorts. Oh, this is a short we just dropped just earlier today. Edited that episode. And then this one's unveiling the secrets of Genesis 6, the Nephilim giants and Satan's plan. And then this one is just kind of like a breakdown of our Discord. And we just do like a little video breakdown of the Discord. Check it out. It just shows you how to utilize it, like where to go, where you can post stuff, things like that. And then the last person I had on here, Gypsy Ginny. I think we're going to have her on. I just talked to her earlier today too. So we'll plan on getting her on the podcast too. I think she's friends with the Hollow Sky podcast crew. She's a part of the Discord. I think we're a part of her Discord. Hollow Sky, we're a part of their Discord too. So I just thought that was kind of fun.
Nice.
Boom, shakalaka. So, man, what do we do?
We leave them on that.
I know, man. I think we dropped some freaking knowledge.
Yeah, those videos were good.
Do you get TBD's thought for the days?
Thought for the day is I don't got one.
Okay, I got one for you. This is shout out to TBD. See you soon. We acknowledge him. That's what that is. All right. Thought for the day. Have faith in your journey. Everything had to happen exactly as it did to get you to where you're going next.
Solid.
You. So, dude, I don't know, man. I thought this was freaking dope. I know it was like a last minute thing, but I had a blast.
You had something to say.
What's it? Yeah. I just had a blast trying to like organize my freaking place again. I'm like, I've never done the podcast yet. But hit us up if you guys want one of these cups. Let me know. I got a bunch of different custom design ideas. I think we're gonna do. We have the Street Fighter one. We have the Ninja Turtle font with the TBD mask. I think we're gonna do a GI Joe one.
Oh, cool.
Just SpeakInCOAD, but it's in GI Joe font. Maybe Terminator, maybe Nintendo, Mario, or something like that. I think Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Was there any other one that you played?
Off the top of my head, no.
Yeah. There were so many. I'm just like trying to remember exactly what they were. I have them all
Yeah.
on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Dude, thank you so much for jumping in and like letting me rant.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Thank you.
I have to get this one out. Shout out to Paranoid American. And then
Paranoid?
Todd Cave. Todd Cave, we had him on the podcast right before we had Paranoid American. Paranoid American actually put me on to talk about Todd Cave, about the Anunnaki and all that stuff. He was an awesome guest. I feel like I was a horrible, tired host. TBD was sick. So it's like we definitely got to get Todd on again eventually.
Okay.
But he did. He just was on Sam Tripoli's podcast. So
Yeah.
check
Good
out
episode.
one of the latest episodes. It was really good. Todd has a lot of cool ideas and stuff. And like he's definitely smart guy. He knows his shit, man, and he's really big into health and fitness. So if you guys want to learn anything about health and fitness, definitely go hit up Todd Cave. I think it is at Conscious Man 7. That's his podcast. So go check him out. Definitely a good dude. Go check out the Sam Tripoli episode. It was awesome. It's cool seeing him interviewing with Sam after we had him. We're like, oh, I feel blessed. Like we had him on first. So
Nice.
Chente, you got any final words?
I got nothing, man. I'm out, son.
Yeah.
Dude.
Cool. Nice. All right, guys. You just listened to the Speak and Code podcast. I
Yes,
am
sir.
Conspiracy of a Dead Man. Chente, the homie.
Big Chentizzle.
TBD wasn't ready to be here tonight. Same with Swank. But
Swank.
We'll definitely get them on. We'll get them on the next one. If they can't make it on, we'll make it on them. Or no. Sorry. That's out of context.
Hey, maybe. I mean, you know.
I'm just joking. But you guys listen to the Speak and Code podcast. I am Code, Conspiracy of a Dead Man. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Keep questioning.
Adios.
We out.
Clouds of deceit with a chemtrail veil, spraying the skies, I'll fade to hail. Hearts electromagnetic grasp, with self-control, a sinister clasp. Storm surge, rising high, project storm free. The skies denied, nature's fury, tamed and bound by the hands of those who wear the crown. Tesla streams, Eastland's might, ionospheric heaters, shining bright. With the warfare of covert game, inducing earthquakes, drought and rain. Storm surge, rising high, projects storm free. The skies denied, nature's fury, tamed and bound by the hands of those who wear the crown. The winds howl, the thunder roars, as the Georgians orchestrate the scores. A symphony of chaos and control. The earth, a canvas for the twisted roll. From storm furies wither and blind. The chemtrail split, a toxic shroud as hearts pulse, the atmosphere avowed. Storm surge, rising high, crunching storm.